Hello and welcome to the Futurist 3D video training series. My name is Jeff Christiana and this is video number 3 of the Arduino 23 video series on how to calibrate your 3D printer. So what you want to do, let's open up Arduino. And we'll go ahead and open up our Marlin firmware. Marlin.pde. Now when your printer ships, it should already be calibrated, and you should have calibration numbers on the download page of the website. On the download page, you can scroll down and find your serial number, and then you want to find define default X axis steps per unit. Now these are the numbers that were used after calibration was done. This was our final numbers that had been uploaded to your Arduino board. If you ever upgrade your firmware, you're going to need to go in here and copy this and paste it back into your Arduino. So we're going to go to configuration H, scroll all the way down. You want to look right here, define default axis step per unit. So you can see these numbers here a little different than the numbers that are here because they're different for each machine. So in Arduino, in your Marlin.pde, under configuration H, scrolling down, these are the numbers that you'll change. So if your X axis is too big, you're going to want to reduce this number. So, and it's best to do decimals because this will actually move quite a bit. So 80.6, so 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. The best thing to do is move back 2. So I would go back .4, measure it, and then try .2, measure. See how that goes. So this is for X, this is for Y, this is for Z, and this is for your extruder. You won't touch that at all. For this one here, you'll make adjustments like 84, 05, 84, 10, just kind of see, to increase your steps or decrease, lower, obviously 83, 95, 83, 90 for the Z. Most of the time, the Z height doesn't have to be messed with. All 8400 is worked for, and it gets really close. I mean, you're either dead on or just a 0.01 off. So you can definitely tune this though if you want, if you need to get exact. But this is usually right on. So in order to test this setting after you upload it to your Arduino board, you're going to want to open up Replicator G and print out some calibration. So here in Replicator G, this is a 20 by 20 by 10 calibration block. What I like to do with this is I only use this for height. Considering this block is so small, and depending on the profile, you could possibly put too much plastic. It's too much of a small area, it gets too hot. Sometimes it comes out perfect. Other times, depending on the nozzle size, if it's not truly calibrated, you might run into some issues with that. But most of the time, yeah, this is a 20 by 20 by 10. But I use this to measure the height. And it's such a small block that if you are off, you really can't tell until you get farther out in your print where it starts to add up. So what I like to do for the X and the Y, the Z works great for this one. So let's go over to our calibration plate, which under examples, calibration. The only one you're really going to use is 20mm box and calibration plate. Now this calibration plate is by inches, so you're not going to use metric on this. So this should be exactly 3 inches by 3 inches, and that's what you're going to check here. So this is a great one to calibrate with. It's easy, it's quick, and just put your calipers on the Y and then on the X, and then make your adjustments here, and then reprint, keep printing. You probably print. I print about 4 or 5 of these before I get it dead on, and then with the calibration 20 by 20 by 10mm block, I usually print about 2 or 3 of those until that is good for the height. And after you're done with this, you are calibrated. So that is basically it. So we have showed you what to use, what objects to use to calibrate. We've showed you where in Arduino to find where you make the change. After the change, you upload and reconnect with the replicator G and print, and you should be good to go. So we'll see you in the next video.